What if I told you that millions of men over 60 are unwittingly reducing their blood flow in half during intimate moments by performing one simple thing? I'm not making this up. According to clinical tests, circulation might plummet by up to 50% just when your body needs it most. It has nothing to do with your age, hormones, or destiny. Almost all men commit this silent error without even recognizing it. And it might be the reason for the change in your firmness, vigor, and endurance. I'm Dr. Moit Cara, a men's health specialist and board-certified urologist. For over 30 years, I have assisted thousands of men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s in regaining their natural vigor and performance without the need of gimmicks, medications, or surgery. This is the startling reality. Your bedroom isn't the source of the issue. It's taking place in your blood. In actuality, your arteries have forgotten how to open, which is why you could think your body is slowing down. They can be quickly stopped by one concealed behavior. I'll show you how to reverse it in a few minutes, so stay with me. In just 1 hour, you will discover a natural beverage that can widen your blood vessels by up to 200%, restoring power, vitality, and oxygen to every area of your body. And pay close attention to the end because I'll reveal the same 1-hour routine my patients follow before intimacy to feel more vibrant, youthful, and strong than they have in decades. Make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell before we start so you don't miss another specially crafted men's health video. If you find this topic interesting, please let me know by leaving a comment. If you want me to cover something different the next time, you can also type 0. Let's get right to the point since you must comprehend the true basis of blood flow before we can discuss how to cure it. The first thing we'll reveal is the beverage that has the power to fundamentally alter your body's functioning by reviving circulation and vitality from within. First, the beverage that transforms everything. More than 25 years ago, I can still clearly recall one of my first patients. He was a 64-year-old retired teacher named Robert. He had a quiet voice and gentle eyes. Embarrassed, he sat in my office and stated, "Doctor, I think I'm just getting old." He didn't understand, and a lot of men still don't, that his true issue wasn't getting older. The flow of his blood was... You see, most men believe that their bodies are running out of fuel when they lose their firmness or stamina. In actuality, though, what's taking place is that your arteries, the fuel lines, are no longer carrying blood to its destination. Your heart is pumping hard, yet the pipes are getting smaller. Because of this, you may feel strong in your thoughts but feeble in your physical form. It's similar to applying the gas pedal while keeping the brakes engaged. The good news is here. Your physique is in good condition. There is still life in your arteries. All they're doing is waiting for the appropriate signal to open once more. Nitric oxide is a naturally occurring chemical found deep within every man's body. Your blood vessels are instructed to relax and enlarge by this chemical message. Blood runs through your body like a powerful river when nitric oxide is free to circulate. That river becomes a trickle when it is low. Your confidence gradually erodes, your energy wanes, and your rehabilitation slows. Now picture this. Turning that signal back on is easy and natural, a drink that awakens those arteries like morning sunlight breaking through a storm. Not a medicine or prescription. It can increase the size of your blood vessels by up to 200% in just 60 minutes. Consider the implications of that. Every part of your body is receiving twice as much oxygen, twice as many nutrients, and twice as much vitality. Neither hormones nor chemicals are used in this beverage. It depends on the intelligence of your body. The same process that gave you a sense of power in your 30s gets reactivated. I've witnessed it restore men's faces to their natural color, their hands to their warmth, and their souls to their strength. Indeed, it brings back the intense, masculine energy that many of my patients believed had been extinguished. Among them was Robert. He appeared doubtful over the first week. He claimed to have seen a change in the second week. On the fourth, he entered my office with a smile that spoke volumes without using words. That's what happens when blood flow is restored. You bring life back. The instant nature of this natural approach is what I adore about it. Waiting months for results is not necessary. Many men realize that their circulation is waking up within an hour. It's not magic, it's biological. Since your arteries are live tissue, they react to stimuli fairly immediately. This is the most crucial aspect, though. Understanding why blood flow is essential to every bodily function, from endurance to memory to performance, is necessary before you can comprehend how this drink functions. Because you will never view your health or your manhood in the same way when you realize how important circulation is. 2. Why blood flow is essential. Men in their 60s and 70s typically tell me, "Doctor, I think my testosterone's gone," as their first response. However, this is the reality that I have repeatedly witnessed in my more than 30 years of working with men's health. Hormones are rarely the only factor. It has to do with circulation. Everything that gives a man a sense of strength, self-assurance, and vitality is silently supported by blood flow. Your arteries were flexible, smooth, and open when you were younger. Blood flowed smoothly through them, delivering nutrition and oxygen to your brain, heart, and most private organs. You had energy in the morning, strength during your workouts, and endurance at night because of that steady, healthy flow. However, as the years went by, microscopic cracks that were imperceptible started to appear inside those arteries. Stress, sugar, processed foods, prolonged sitting, and insufficient sleep all gradually harmed the endothelium, which lines the inside of your blood vessels. The release of nitric oxide, the chemical that instructs your arteries to relax and widen, is the sole essential function of that inner lining. Your blood runs like a river after rain, when it's in good health. However, the river becomes slow and shallow when it is harmed. At that point, you start to see the symptoms: fatigue, sluggish recovery from activity, cold hands and feet, and yes, a loss of firmness when it counts most. I've met men in their 80s with excellent circulation who feel strong and energetic, but it's easy to blame age. It is blood flow, not time, that makes a difference. Your entire body feels older the moment your arteries constrict. Your body feels decades younger as soon as they open. I've personally seen it. I once had a patient in his late 60s who told me he believed his prime was over. He said, "Dr. Cara," after his circulation had returned on its own for a few weeks, "I feel like someone turned the lights back on. The power of oxygen-rich blood is so great, it revitalizes every muscle, every cell, and every thinking." The majority of guys are unaware of this. The same nitric oxide that fuels your body also powers your brain. Your focus, memory, and mood all improve along with your performance when blood flow improves. For this reason, I advise my patients that improving circulation makes them sharper as well as stronger. You live a better life, think better, and move better. The good news is that you can always recreate it at any time. Your arteries are not old pipes, they are living tissue. They are able to recover, unwind, and regain their ability to open. Giving your body the proper signals, the organic substances that rekindle nitric oxide, is the first step in achieving that. One easy natural drink can help with that. According to scientists, one drink can cause your arteries to expand by 200% in just 1 hour. You may make it at home. It's neither a prescription drug nor a supplement. I'll explain exactly what it is, how it functions, and why it's been dubbed the most potent natural booster for men over 60 in the next part. 3. Beetroot Juice Power. I must admit that I was taken aback when I first witnessed beetroot juice in action. James, a 68-year-old ex-firefighter who was one of my patients, arrived dubious. He had tried everything, including prescription drugs, vitamins, and supplements, but nothing had restored his firmness or vigor. I recommended a straightforward solution: 1 glass of beetroot juice daily. "Do you really think a vegetable can fix this?" he asked, laughing. I will never forget the smile he had when he returned to my office 3 weeks later. "It feels natural," he murmured softly, "and it's working." Beetroot juice isn't magic, you see. It's chemistry, and its simplicity is lovely. Your body transforms the natural nitrates found in those beets into nitric oxide, which is the signal that causes your arteries to widen when you consume it. Nitric oxide can be thought of as your body's own green light. Blood flows freely when it shines brightly, providing all vital organs with oxygen, nutrition, and energy. That flow slows down when it diminishes, and you begin to feel weak, exhausted, or cut off from the guy you once were. Beetroot juice's rapid action is what makes it so amazing. Your nitric oxide levels can rise to a point where your arteries can widen by up to 200% within 60 minutes of consuming it. That's a change you can sense, not just a figure. About 45 minutes after drinking it, many of my patients report feeling a little warmth spread through their legs or chest. Circulation is awakening because of that warmth. Your blood is relearning how to move. Furthermore, intimacy isn't the only factor. A stronger heart, a sharper mind, and even more endurance throughout daily activities or exercise are all benefits of improved blood flow. It's similar to repairing an old engine. Everything starts to go more smoothly all of a sudden. Your breathing gets better, your recuperation quickens, you are taller, you feel more powerful. The body that you believed was slowing down is just receiving the signal to come back to life. Now, if you choose to give it a try, there are several important points to keep in mind. Beetroot juice should always be pure. No sugar added, no mixes of fruits. Sugar reduces the benefits of nitric oxide by interfering with its generation. You can purchase pure, unsweetened beet juice from the store or juice it yourself. It just requires 8 to 16 ounces or around 1 glass consumed an hour before an activity. Add a little lemon or ginger if the earthy flavor is too intense for you. It will lessen the flavor without sacrificing its potency. This is what I tell my patients. Your system doesn't need to be overloaded. Simply give it the appropriate signal. That indication is beetroot juice. Your arteries are awakened. It gives you your energy back. Most significantly, it accomplishes this organically and without any negative effects. However, most men don't know this secret. Nitric oxide is brittle even when it rises. It has a rapid rate of breakdown in your blood. Therefore, once that nitric oxide is produced, you need something to safeguard it if you want to keep your arteries open longer and make those effects continue. And the subsequent drink does just that. An old red berry that acts as a shield to protect your circulation. 4. Pomegranate protection. The fact that pomegranate juice was formerly referred to as the nectar of strength captivated me when I first began researching ancient medical traditions. Healers observed that males who frequently drank it had greater endurance, improved fertility, and longer lifespans, centuries before we had labs and blood tests. They were aware that something significant was occurring within the body at the time, even though they were unaware of nitric oxide or antioxidants. They were correct all along, and science now explains why. 5. One of nature's best sources of antioxidants is pomegranate juice, particularly a class of molecules known as punicalagins and polyphenols. I frequently explain to my patients that they are like little barriers that move through your bloodstream and prevent your nitric oxide from being destroyed. Keep in mind that beetroot juice aids in the production of nitric oxide in your body. However, that molecule is extremely delicate. When exposed to inflammation, stress, or free radicals, it degrades practically immediately. Pomegranate comes into play here. Protecting the precise molecule that propels your blood flow is like to hiring bodyguards. Your arteries remain open for longer when nitric oxide lasts longer. Your blood flow remains unhindered, oxygen continues to support your tissues, and your sense of warmth and vitality does not diminish as rapidly. Patients have told me that they experienced endurance as well as improved circulation when they began consuming beetroot and pomegranate juice. They were powerful for a longer period of time, not just for one performance. This is due to the fact that pomegranates maintain nitric oxide levels rather than just increasing them. One of my favorite studies tracked guys who, for just 4 weeks, consumed a glass of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice every day. Nearly half said their confidence, energy, and performance had improved noticeably. I was more moved by their description of the transformation than by the numbers, though. One man commented, "I feel like myself again." Not nervous, not worn out. Just typical. That is the silent force of healthy blood flow. It brings balance and tranquility back to the mind as well as the body. I always advise my patients to drink unsweetened, natural pomegranate juice. 8 to 10 ounces each day is more than plenty. Drink it an hour or so before intimacy for the most pronounced effects, or make it a morning ritual to help your circulation throughout the day. The impacts accumulate with time. Your cardiovascular system as a whole becomes more resilient. Your arteries adjust, and your nitric oxide response gets better. Pomegranate's ability to work in tandem with other circulation-boosting agents is what makes it even more amazing. Beetroot and it complement each other like clockwork. Nitric oxide is produced by one and preserved by the other. I refer to pomegranate as the protector for this reason. Even after the initial spark fades, the engine continues to run because of its quiet strength. However, there is one fruit that can help you boost this process if you want to produce and preserve nitric oxide, while also increasing its production within your body. It's refreshing, delicious, and conceals one of the most powerful circulatory secrets science has discovered. Watermelon is that fruit, my friends. 5. Watermelon's citrulline effect. Watermelon has an almost poetic quality. The fruit of summer, it appears straightforward, sweet, and pleasant, but beneath its delicious flesh and pale white skin is one of nature's most potent circulation secrets. I've never forgotten the first time I told a patient about this, which I learned years ago while doing research on natural nitric oxide boosters. Frank, a 71-year-old man who had been widowed for a number of years, was attempting to regain his self-confidence. He laughed aloud when I told him that watermelon could potentially increase blood flow more effectively than certain supplements, but a month later, he informed me that he hadn't felt this lively in decades. This is the reason. Citrulline, a little amino acid found in watermelon, is extremely beneficial to your blood vessels. The molecule that relaxes and widens your arteries, nitric oxide, is created when your body changes citrulline into arginine, another amino acid, when you eat or drink watermelon. The distinction is that citrulline functions significantly more effectively than arginine supplements. Citrulline avoids the digestion process that breaks down the majority of oral arginine before it ever enters your bloodstream. It passes through your body and into your kidneys, where it subtly changes into arginine that your body can use to make nitric oxide. Rather than dumping gas on the ground and hoping some will get in, see it as feeding your engine right from the source. For this reason, I frequently advise my patients that occasionally a glass of watermelon juice is more effective than a few pills. What's the best part? It's entirely normal. No crash, no reliance, and no negative effects. According to studies, males who drank watermelon juice every day for just 2 weeks saw noticeable increases in firmness and blood flow. Along with improved performance, they also reported feeling more energized and confident all day long. It also makes logic greater circulation from head to toe. Smoother muscle activity and greater oxygen delivery are all correlated with higher nitric oxide levels. Here's what I suggest if you want to give it a try. Make sure to include some of the pale white rind when blending 3 to 4 cups of fresh watermelon cubes. The majority of the citrulline hides there. Approximately 16 ounces of juice will be left over. Drink it as part of your daily routine or at room temperature 45 to 60 minutes before intercourse. It is nourishing, refreshing, and surprisingly potent. For a more potent effect, some men like to combine it with pomegranate or beetroot juice, and they have good reason. Combining these natural ingredients produces amazing results. Watermelon aids in the production of nitric oxide from within, pomegranates aid in its protection, and beetroot aids in its creation. These 3 beverages combine to create what I refer to as the triple nitric oxide booster, a straightforward combo that can change your circulation and your masculine feelings. And that's precisely what we'll explore after this. 6. The triple booster formula. Every now and then, something genuinely amazing occurs in the field of medicine. Something so straightforward but so powerful that it alters our perception of the human body. For me, it was the realization of what happens when watermelon, pomegranate, and beetroot are combined. Each of them has its own advantages. One facilitates the synthesis of nitric oxide, one shields it, and one opens your arteries. However, when combined in the proper ratio, the outcomes are unmatched by any vitamin or drug that I've ever used. It's one of the strongest natural combos I've ever suggested to my patients, and I call it the triple nitric oxide booster. Imagine 3 distinct roadways abruptly combining into a single, open thoroughfare, where blood can flow freely and without obstruction. Inside your arteries, this formula achieves precisely that. It makes it easier for energy, nutrients, and oxygen to get to every part of your body. I recall a 65-year-old patient named Daniel who had tried everything from herbal cures to prescription medications. He claimed to be caught between weariness and frustration. He was hesitant when I presented this combo to him, but he decided to give it a shot. He smiled as he entered my office 2 weeks later. "I didn't think it would be this obvious, Doc," he remarked. "All I feel is living again." I realized then that we were on to something unique. This is how it operates. Naturally occurring nitrates are found in beetroot. These serve as the catalyst, causing your bloodstream to experience the initial surge of nitric oxide. Your body transforms the citrulline from the watermelon into arginine, which increases the synthesis of nitric oxide. The pomegranate completes the task by preventing oxidative stress from destroying all that nitric oxide. 3 forces are functioning in perfect unison, creating a synergy. Your circulation deepens, your arteries widen, and your endurance increases when you consume them in the proper amounts. The majority of men characterize the sensation as a constant, peaceful strength, a warmth that permeates the body, and a reminder that vitality never really goes away. It only has to be reawakened. The goal is recuperation, not overstimulation. By letting your body remember how to do something, you're not pressuring it to do it. It's easy if you want to make it yourself. 6 ounces of watermelon juice, 4 ounces of pomegranate juice, and 8 ounces of beetroot juice should be combined. About an hour before intimacy, drink it at room temperature with a gentle shake or stir. When nitric oxide rises in your blood, that is the sweet spot. You'll notice an improvement in your mood, focus, and baseline energy over time if you drink it a few times a week. This formula's beauty lies in the fact that it retrains your blood vessels to open spontaneously again, even when you're not thinking about it. It's not just for one night. Your heart gets stronger, your body gets more receptive, and your mind gets clearer. But one drink isn't enough to sustain that metamorphosis. You need a daily routine that helps your circulation all day long if you want these effects to last and recover more quickly. And that's precisely what we will investigate next. 7. Daily routine and recovery tips. I've discovered throughout the years that occasional actions don't result in long-lasting change. It originates from your daily actions. Even the greatest drink in the world won't endure if your everyday routine isn't supporting it. For this reason, I usually tell my patients that the key to any success story is constancy. You're retraining your entire circulatory system to remain open, flexible, and alive for the long term, not just mending blood flow for a single night. 8. Daily rhythm. Your blood vessels are a living memory, if you will. They will remember how to grow naturally the more times you give them the proper nutrition. This is why establishing a regular routine is so effective. It trains your body to make nitric oxide just like it did in the past. You're reminding it, not forcing it. This is what I frequently advise my patients to do, and it's really easy. Drink a tiny glass of pure pomegranate juice first thing in the morning. Consider it your armor for the day. It primes your arteries for the day and keeps your nitric oxide from degrading. Then, later in the afternoon, strengthen your system with a smoothie that contains fresh watermelon or beetroot juice. This maintains your circulation running smoothly all day long and your nitric oxide levels high. However, recuperation is equally as crucial as stimulation. Green tea and tart cherry juice are 2 underappreciated partners that can help with that. After a long day, tart cherry juice's abundance of antioxidants helps to rebuild your blood vessel walls. Additionally, it contains melatonin, the hormone that promotes deep sleep and promotes vascular regeneration overnight. It does more than just assist you fall asleep when you have a modest glass a few hours before bed. Resting aids in the rebuilding of your arteries. Conversely, green tea is your midday shield. It is packed with substances like EGCG and L-theanine that reduce inflammation and shield the nitric oxide-producing enzyme. Most guys in their 60s tell me they've been missing the quiet clarity that comes with having focused energy without the crash. For what I refer to as the endothelium health blend, you can even mix chilled green tea with a dash of pomegranate juice. This beverage will keep your blood vessels flexible and your mind alert throughout the day. Hydration is the final element that completes the picture. Most men don't notice it since it's so basic. Your blood volume decreases when you don't drink enough water, and even the strongest nitric oxide booster won't work as well. Not immediately before intimacy, but 2 to 3 hours beforehand, I advise consuming 16 to 20 ounces of water. When it matters, your body will have more time to absorb it and restore volume and pressure, allowing blood to flow freely. Thus, keep in mind to eat pomegranate in the morning, watermelon or beetroot in the afternoon, a tart cherry before bed, and to stay hydrated all day. Do this as a ritual, a way to honor the body that has supported you throughout your life, rather than as a chore. Because when you take regular care of your circulation, you're not only getting better at what you do, but you're also regaining your vigor, confidence, and focus from the inside out. The true transformation starts when you combine this daily routine with one last mental adjustment: the realization that, regardless of age, your body can still become stronger. And that's precisely what we'll discuss after this. I am reminded of why I work when I sit across from my patients and witness the relief on their faces. The same silent question haunts every man who enters my office. Is it possible for me to regain my strength? And my response hasn't altered in the decades I've worked in medicine. You can, indeed. Your body was never made to deteriorate. Rather, it was made to heal, adjust, and flourish with the correct care. The basic fact that has changed the lives of thousands of men is that masculine vitality is based on blood flow, and nature has already given us the means to restore it. Your arteries are opened by beetroot juice. Pomegranate protects that valuable nitric oxide from being destroyed. Your body uses watermelon as fuel to produce even more of it. They can rekindle your circulation, confidence, and connection to life itself by forming a triple alliance. Combine that with a regular schedule of rest, recuperation, and hydration. Additionally, you're rebuilding your foundation in addition to improving your performance. I'm not finished yet, you're telling your body. I've witnessed men in their 70s and even 80s regain the vitality they believed had vanished forever. They were able to work with their biology rather than against it, not because they took a pill or took a shortcut. Doctor, I feel like myself again, they say with a look in their eyes. That is rebirth, not merely satisfaction. Let this be the only thing you remember from this message. They're eyeing your blood vessels. They pay attention. They react. And your body remembers what it means to be strong the moment you begin to take care of them. The moment you provide them with oxygen, nutrients, and equilibrium. Every drop of watermelon juice, every pomegranate sip, and every glass of beetroot is more than just a beverage. Your system is receiving a signal to awaken, open up, and live once more. I'm going to challenge you. This week, try the 1-hour routine. Feel the confidence return to your life, the warmth return to your body, and the strength rise in your chest. Because you won't be able to live without it once you know what real circulation feels like. Don't stop here either. I'll show you a nightly routine in our upcoming episode that will naturally increase your testosterone levels while you sleep. Just your body's natural rhythm, without the use of drugs or injections. Because you can realize your full potential as a man when you combine hormonal balance with healthy blood flow. Gentlemen, keep an eye out. You still have the best part of your health story to come. Conclusion. One fact sticks out above all others when I reflect on the years I've spent treating men's health. Age does not diminish vitality. When we stop providing the body with the things it needs to survive, it wanes. I have repeatedly witnessed it. Men enter my office weary, angry, and subtly terrified that their best years are over. However, after feeding their circulation for a few weeks, a remarkable thing occurs. Their eyes shine again, their posture straightens, and their color returns. Their bodies seem to suddenly recall what it feels like to be alive. We started this journey by revealing a straightforward yet terrible reality. During intimacy, that one common error can cut blood flow in half. However, we also found something much more significant. It is possible to swiftly, effectively, and naturally restore that blood flow. Now you know the fundamental idea that underpins all of a man's vitality: nitric oxide, the molecule that gives you internal strength and opens your arteries. and you've discovered the precise natural allies that enable you to regain that authority. The spark is produced by beetroot juice, which stimulates blood flow by releasing nitrates into your system. Nitric oxide remains alive and active for hours thanks to pomegranate guards that spark. Citrulline from watermelon helps your body produce even more of it, adding fuel to the fire. The triple nitric oxide booster is made up of them. In every sense of the word, a remarkable synergy that restores circulation. This simple routine takes on a greater significance when paired with green tea focus, tart cherry recovery, and hydration, a daily act of rejuvenation. I frequently explain to my patients that our goal is more than simply enhancing their endurance or erections. We're reestablishing our purpose, connection, and confidence. Your muscles are not the only thing that give you a sense of strength and capability. It is a part of your blood. You open up life itself when you open those arteries. Your heartbeat serves as a constant reminder that you are still alive, strong, and masculine. Thus, incorporate this knowledge into your daily routine. Begin with a single minor habit: a watermelon juice before intimacy, a beetroot smoothie before working out, and a pomegranate glass in the morning. Send the signal your body has been waiting for, because you're doing more than just increasing circulation each time. Your body is being rewired to function, heal, and feel as it was intended to. I've seen men change over the course of more than 30 years, not as a result of costly therapies, but rather as a result of learning to trust their body's innate intelligence. You don't have to battle aging. It requires your cooperation. Failure isn't the reason your body is slowing down. It is requesting assistance. It will return your life if you give it that support. Additionally, keep in mind that your best years are still ahead of you as you move forward. They're awaiting your body's reawakening. This has nothing to do with pursuing youth. We all grow when we share, so please share what you learned today and what change you're ready to make in the comments section below. Let's support each other. If you found this video useful, or if it even slightly opened your eyes, please click the like button. To make sure you don't miss any information that could change your health, click subscribe. Before you leave, ring the bell. If this video was helpful, please enter 1. If not, enter 0. You might not be aware of the significance of your comment. The goal is to recover vitality, because your confidence, vitality, and relationship with the people you care about all flourish when your blood flows freely. Dr. Moit Cara is here to remind you that your body still knows how to function, recover, and flourish. You just need to give it a chance. Gentlemen, please take a moment to support the channel if this video improved your understanding of your body, provided you with clarity, hope, or even just one helpful idea. Press the like button now. It demonstrates to YouTube the importance of this message and expands its audience of men in need. Give this video to a brother, friend, or anybody else you know who might be going through a difficult time in silence. You never know who you might be able to help with this information alone. Additionally, I'd like to hear from you. After watching, share your thoughts in the comments section below. Have you tried any of the beverages I listed? Have you noticed a change in your confidence or energy level? Every new video I create is shaped in part by your feedback. Lastly, if you support this effort to help men regain their strength naturally, please think about making a donation using the link below. Every donation, no matter how tiny, enables us to produce more ad-free, scientifically supported content that inspires, informs, and transforms lives. We appreciate your participation in this community. This message continues because of your support.